Good morning. Welcome to episode 19 of A Dog's Life. I am John. I am your host. And I also sorry. I always start these videos the same way, saying that whatever episode, John, I'm your host. And I have always said, and you're walking with me on my spiritual journey. I think that needs to change. It's not just my spiritual journey, it's ours, the collective, the energy that we all share. So this has never truly been my walk. It's all of ours. And I'm just sharing with you the parts of it that I get the opportunity to walk. I had no intention on posting a video today. I got up early. I cleared my desk, which made me feel good. Cut my hair, which is non-existent. It means I ran clippers over it. I had things that I felt I wanted to tackle. And I said, I have not been spending as much time at the gym in the last 3 or 4 days, and being physically healthier is part of my journey. So that had really been weighing on me, that I had not been doing it as much. So at the end of the day yesterday, actually on Monday, I had just said, hey, we're going to start. I feel that I need to readjust myself. I said starting Wednesday, we're going to adjust our start time by 30 minutes because I feel that will allot me the extra time to do what I have in my head that I need to do. So I got up, I tidied things up this morning. I got out the door a little later than I thought I would, finished my tidying. And that was the end of my timing right there. And I could not be more blessed for that to be the truth. I went to Menards before I came to the gym, which is outside my usual scope. I usually like to be focused on getting my own time in before I do anything else. I'd stop to get a tea. In my head, I'm like, you're right here. Why come back up the road when you can just tackle this now? So that already started a few minutes later than I planned. Then add that on top of it. So now I'm kind of edging on where I really wanted to be time-wise. Me, not you, universe, me. I wasn't particularly hungry this morning. I had grabbed some bananas at the store the other day. Forgot to grab one as I was walking out the door. But I knew that I didn't eat much dinner last night, and I thought, well, if I'm going to have a long gym session, then I should probably get something. I pulled through a drive-through, and normally if I go through this drive-through for breakfast, I'll get something off the value menu just because I feel it's a good value. And this morning, I looked at the menu and I'm like, why are you even doing that? That's not what that's not the thing that you're most attracted to on the menu. Is that really going to make a difference if you spend the extra $3 to get what makes you happy? And I did. I pull around, the window washer is there, so I stay back and I sit and I let him do his job. I speak to him. I speak to the gentleman at the first window who I give my money to. He did not seem to want to have an interaction. I pull forward to the second window. The lady hands me my food. I ask her how she was. She says fine. And then I said something else along the lines of, what's been the best thing about your day, or something to that effect. Let me back up. So while I'm sitting there waiting on the window washer, I get a message from a friend just saying, hey, you know what, I've not reached out much lately, but in watching your videos, I'm stepping back and I'm taking more alone time and meditation time and understanding that it's okay to just be, that I don't have to be busy. I don't have to be doing something. And I read this, and then I'm pulling up to the second window, and I want to fall back to yesterday's talk for a second. I talked about how it had been 2 days in a row that I had been in a gas station for one reason or another. And at both points, I stayed and listened to the conversation around me because I tuned in. There it is. I tuned into the conversation around me just to listen. In just being, I felt in both of those situations, even though I could tell it was a struggle for those people at that moment paying for their fuel. It did not feel right to step in. So now we'll transition back to today. I pull up to the second window. I ask the lady how she is. She said well or fine, and I prodded her on. I asked another question, I think, like, what is the best thing about your day, or something like that. And she responds with, well, I may have ran out of gas, but I made it here. And she pointed out to the side of the parking lot. I don't remember if I really responded or not. Here I am already inching behind in where I feel my day is supposed to be. I started to pull around the building a second time. I'm not sure if I was going to... I know that I thought about asking what time she got off to see how much time I had. I also thought about just handing her some money, enough to cover some gas in a gas can. If we're truly here to move each other forward, and I value my time, but I also value the difference I can make in this world. So instead of pulling back around to her, I pull out, I go down to my storage unit, I get out a gas can, stop, I fill it up, I pull back into the restaurant parking lot. She sees me pull up. I could, kind of like when you look at someone and you can see that recognition. I didn't walk over to the window, nothing like that. I point to the vehicle I think is hers. She nods her head yes. I take the gas cap off. I pour the gas can in, close it up. I turn around and I said, I hope your day is better. And I just let it be. $5.05 and 30 minutes of my time is what I monetarily had invested in that situation. The knowing that I was there for someone else is what matters to me. By her age, she could have had children that she still had to pick up after school, and here she sits with a car with no gas, no can, no way to get to the gas station. That's the best $30. That's the best 30 minutes and $5.05 I have had the opportunity to use in a long time. I am so grateful to the universe for, as my friend said this morning, for me understanding it's okay to just be. Because when the time is right, everything aligns. Thank you for listening to my version of our collective energy. I love you all. Take 5 minutes today and just be. Just let your mind rest and be.